Yo, what's up guys? It's DataDave here, and I just want to say this by far is one of my favorite episodes of the series. I know we're only 4 episodes in, and episode 1 was definitely the standout episode that got me hooked, but by far everything in this was extremely spectacular. First off, shout outs to Raphtalia. She honestly may have become my favorite girl in anime, period. Especially because of that last section, that last, I say 5 to 10 minutes. Greatest character easily, hands down. And I have so many good things to say about this episode. From animation, music, just like how they had, I'm honestly kind of hyped for it. Just the writing of it, Raphtalia's words, things they allude to and hint. The bow and sword heroes, reaction to things that happened, the spear, it had a lot going on. But we're gonna first talk about the elephant in the room. What I did not expect, even though I did partly predict it in the reviews before, but it just happened differently than what I expected. It just didn't play out like I expected it to. And that's with Mine, who's also known as Malty, if I'm not mistaken. The fact that number one, she's actually the princess. I called that because of episode 1 in the book and then going and see her, so that wasn't a shocker. Her being acknowledged by her father, especially the king, especially so casually, I didn't expect that. He casually mentioned her in a conversation, I believe, with a spear hero, with other nobles and such. So this brings up a whole series of questions for me, even though I have it brings up a lot of questions that I have an idea to, but I don't have any solid proof to. First, and she intentionally set up Naofumi, right? But I assumed initially she was just an adventurer. She was trying to come up in the world. She needed some coins. She needed some gear. But with her being the princess and the king knowing that's his daughter, that doesn't logically make sense. He didn't just discover that that was his daughter. You know, so that was hidden from them intentionally. So first off, why would she try to steal his money and embarrass him? It's not for gear and stuff, because as a princess, you can buy whatever you want. The king will give you the greatest sword, the greatest gear, the greatest armor. So money obviously wasn't the motive in that situation, right? She's royalty. Second, the thing is, what does she have to gain by actually framing Naofumi, right? So honestly, Naofumi and the other 3 heroes, they came into this world. The thing is that they did not know the heroes and what kind of person and people they'd be when they summoned them, right? I'm under that understanding. They just summoned heroes and they got to learn them, meet them and such, right? So that means for whatever reason that the princess framed Naofumi as a shield hero, it wasn't at Naofumi. It was because he was the shield hero, which Naofumi even said, it's because I'm the shield hero. It's because I'm the shield hero. So then it's like, okay, why are you personally going at Naofumi? Or at least, it's not even him, it's just the fact that he is the shield hero in general. So she has something to gain by making the shield hero look bad. So I have 1 or 2 theories, but I want to hit on this third point right quick. Now, I was debating for the longest time, did the king know that that was his daughter? Or the fact that after he did mention it's his daughter, did he did he conspire with her? Did he know? So the thing is, I'm pretty sure the king knows his daughter set him up, and I'm pretty sure he plays a role in it and has something to gain by framing Naofumi, the shield hero. The reason why I believe this is because let's think about it, right? We're going back to episode 1 where the adventurers are signing up for who they want to work for, right? Already from jump, nobody wanted to go with the lame, unpopular shield hero, right? Because he's not as cool as the other ones in weapons. But the thing is, when Mine signed up to work for Naofumi, cool, whatever. My daughter wants to go help. One, he didn't claim her as a daughter when they first came in, but that's fine. But when the alleged situation of Naofumi doing that to his daughter, I feel like he would have been like, yo, how dare you do that to my daughter? She's the princess. He didn't do that. He just said, how dare you do that to, I assume, Mine, or how dare you do that to this girl? Why didn't he acknowledge her? I feel like anyone in that situation or any father would have easily been like, you did that to my daughter, execute him. You know what I mean? Or he would have acknowledged her in some sense. So I just feel like there would have been acknowledgement there. So because he didn't do that until later, or didn't let people know that that was his daughter until later, then obviously he knew what was going on. So it's both the king and Mine going against Naofumi, the shield hero. So my theories on why they would actually do this, honestly, it's because, I said it earlier, it's because he's a shield hero. And it's not Naofumi, but maybe it's the past shield hero. Maybe it's the previous relations. We know in this world that there was another shield, spear, bow, sword hero. and maybe the shield hero in the past did something bad against this kingdom and they don't like him. Like, he's already just the shield. Like, I remember during the episode going through Raphtalia's backstory, where the parents were actually like, you know, the shield hero was good to demi-humans, they tell legends. Maybe he was good to demi-humans and he wasn't great with humans, or didn't have great relations with them. You know, like there's some backstory to the previous shield hero that we don't know and that we might find out that could apply and fall on Naofumi, which is why they have this grudge. So that's my first theory, saying, okay, maybe it's something with that and they just have this disdain or dislike for him. The second theory is because the shield hero is just, you know, viewed as weaker. Like, what can you do? All you can do is protect us, you know? Maybe they have some plot for the other three heroes and they need to put one hero under the bus to cause that to happen. For example, like, by having Naofumi be as the evil bad guy and the king and the daughter being the ones wrong, we can get the spear hero to do whatever we want. Because think about it, Mine was in his ear. In this episode, Mine was like, yo, he has a slave girl, like, go handle that. And they knew something would happen. They knew a confrontation would happen and they took advantage of it. So maybe they need them to do something specific, and by making Naofumi look like the bad guy, they can take advantage of the other heroes in this case. Which may have backfired by the end of the episode with the sword and bow hero, but I'll get to that one later. For those that don't know, along with me, like, I'd love to hear your predictions. Why did this happen in your opinion? Let's try to piece together, and maybe one of us will be right as the episodes go along. So let me know what you think on that. Why do you think they're picking on him? Do you think that the king actually was part of the plot? Now, Fumi does, because he said they were conspiring. And I think he's right in that case. I agree with him. So more on the specifics of the episode itself. Like, I loved what happened after the duel, but that's going to be one of my last points because there's so much to say about it and how much I love it. But let's do with another earlier part of the episode, right? So we're going to jump to the banquet. I didn't expect Naofumi to, one, be invited to the banquet, and two, if he was invited, to show up. But it technically does make sense because he did contribute in the wave, he saved the village, he fought off the monsters, even though I feel like he really doesn't get credit for it. Like, the only people that will credit Naofumi for helping will be the villagers that saw him, encouraged them to actually fight and defend their home and kept people alive, and some of the knights that support, while the others will just boast about their duties, like the other knight guy. But he was there doing his thing, just kind of leaning on the wall, like, you know, I want to be here, but there's a reward, and he needs that money or needs that reward. You know, it was cool to see Raphtalia going around and interacting, getting food and stuff, and being kind. You know, she's more confident now, which is really cool. She's dope. But that kind of backfired because when Mine told Motoyatsu, I think it's Motoyatsu, when she told the spear hero about the slave, obviously the spear hero with his own sense of justice had to go confront him, Naofumi, and challenge him to a duel and said, free that girl. Now, a lot of people might be bad at Motoyatsu, and I am partly because of the latter half of the episode more than the earlier part. If I was in this position, this situation, I might have felt the same, I just wouldn't have done the same. You know what I mean? Now, Fumi had good points. He said, in this kingdom, slavery is actually legal, which is fair. And think about it, as a shield hero, he does need help, and no one's obviously going to help him. So Motoyatsu can't impose his own sense of justice, but in his mind, what I'm thinking is, you know, we're heroes. You know, we're here to protect people. We're not here to enslave and use them. And, you know, Motoyatsu actually has Mine in his party, and she's obviously telling him lie after lie after lie. So, like, I can't blame him for how he approaches things or how he feels for Naofumi. You know what I mean? At the end of the episode, just a little bit. But right now, in that situation, it's like, okay, this is all the information you've been fed, this is all you've seen, and you heard he got a slave. Of course you're going to be aggressive and do that. So the king and Mine made this happen for obviously a very important reason. One, it lets all the nobles and commoners around them know that he has a slave. It lets Motoyatsu know he has a slave, and it lets the sword and the bow hero. I don't see a particular reason to learn the name yet. I probably should. I think one of them's Rin, maybe the sword. But until they're more relevant, the sword and bow hero, they now know he has a slave too, and they're looking down at him. So all eyes on him is like, yo, he's still scum. The king even called him scum. I was like, dang, you don't do that to his face. They even forced Naofumi into the battle by saying you don't have a choice for this duel. If you lose Raphtalia. So it's kind of messed up seeing that even further in his next interaction with them after he's been so helpful, for them to really pick on him and gang up on him, do him dirty. But it gets worse, we all know, because we saw the duel that happened. About the duel, the animation on it was pretty nice. I enjoyed it. You know, we saw spear effects, we saw Naofumi like do his thing. So a thing about Naofumi, I am extremely impressed at how tactful he is. He had a strategy in mind as a shield hero. He had the balloons to throw him and bait him to him. And after he got the bait, you know, he had the dog shield, which is a new raw shield he has. Then after pushing him back, we hit him with the air shield and trapped him in the shield prison with the balloons. Like, who would think about that? That's creativity versus somebody with a spear that's like, I'm just gonna strike, slash. Like, that is cool. Naofumi is a tactful individual. It's nice to see him handle this by himself, because we've even saw this a bit in the wave saying, you know, his job is to not only protect, but to figure out what his workarounds could be for the situation. Like, Raphtalia is his sword, but Naofumi is actually, I don't want to say smart, but he's flexible, he's adaptable, and that's really a dope trait about him, you know, on top of being the guy to protect the people. So this was a really good, I was really impressed by Naofumi in this battle. Now, what we're all pissed about, and I'm glad that this scene happened and they put this in there because it's good for many reasons, is that after Naofumi had him trapped and released him and said, you know, I'll give you a chance to give up, Mine interfered with wind magic. Motoyatsu, I'm assuming, didn't see it, even though I didn't like the fact that after he saw Naofumi wasn't looking that he tried to strike. That was kind of cowardly, but that was because of the wind magic. He should have been able to see it, by the way, because there ain't no way someone's standing and gets blown away, but I digress. That's Motoyatsu, but that's kind of messed up. They cheated. What was really messed up, and I felt so sad for Naofumi, was when he was like, yo, y'all saw him cheat, right? Like, he was talking to the audience like, y'all saw it. They ain't say a word. The bow hero and shield hero, I mean, bow hero and sword hero, they ain't say a word either. I mean, till later, but they didn't say anything. It was just like, wow. Naofumi actually, for a second, despite how much he says he hates the people here, he believed them to say, yo, y'all ain't gonna say anything, y'all gonna step up to me, and they were silent. Obviously, the king silenced them. You know, Mine's not gonna confess, and Motoyatsu, I guess, didn't see it. That was very stupid. I think he's an idiot for about that, but hey, I digress. That's where I kind of like, you know, earlier I'm like, I can't blame Motoyatsu. Now I'm just like, all right, man, you gotta know something's up. You're not stupid, are you? But like, there's that. I give him a pass. He ain't see it, maybe, but there's that. You see, I can go on that for days. But it was a very sad sight to see. And, you know, he was just at that point just in his hands. He was just freaking out. I was like, dang, like, I felt bad for him after the first episode. Second episode, he toughened it out. Third episode, he still toughened it out. Now it's just like, dang, like, you gotta go through this again? Like, I actually genuinely felt bad for the man. What was cool to see is I finally understand partly why he saw Raphtalia as a child. Like, there was like this black haze or this gray tint over the world. He saw Raphtalia as a kid still, you know, even though she fought with him and stuff, and walking off and leaving him, and just in his mind is like, she left me, I'm pissed. And then Curse series activated. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? What is this? That's kind of lit. So I hate that I saw the intro, and I gotta stop watching intros in these animes. I really got to. But like, that curse here, like, he had like marks on his face and all that stuff. This is the first sign of it. He cuts the world and just was like, yo, I'm done with him, let him die. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care. So I'm assuming that this curse series, a curse shield that's on the way, or inner power, whatever it may be, it's only activated by either a deep hatred or like I don't care about people attitude. Maybe because he's a shield hero and a shield is inherently supposed to defend people. Maybe when he rebukes people and says, let them all die or whatever, or I don't care about them, that's when he gets the curse. Like, I don't know what triggered it, but it was something along those lines of a very deep-seated hatred or rage, you know? So, I can't wait to see whenever that pops up. I want more details, and I want to know if he's going to get multiple versions of it. Now, for my favorite part of this episode, Raphtalia. I don't know if any of y'all saw that, but the part where the music was getting better, like, she was speaking, she was rebuking every word she has. I was like, yo, I'm getting feels and goosebumps from this. Like, it was really good. One, she slapped Motoyatsu. I'm happy about that. She even said, like, I ain't even asked for this. Why are you taking it off? And why are you picking on him? You know, so that was good that someone finally spoke up to him. And when she approached Naofumi, that exchange was just so perfect. I was like, wow, you know, Naofumi's like, you know, I'm a loser. Like, I didn't do this to save people. She's like, but you saved people. He's like, I was looking out for myself, but you actually saved people as a result. You saved the village. You done all these kind of acts. He's like, I'm selfish. She's like, no, you're selfless. Your actions. And then when she was just like, I know you better than anyone in this world, and hugged them, I was like, yo, like, oh man, Raphtalia, like, I didn't expect this from you. Like, I mean, I expected her to stick around, but like, I don't know what it was, but the writing, the words, the music, everything was just perfect in that scene. That really got me chills and goosebumps, you know? Like, I think the reason he couldn't see Raphtalia as a person is because his dark view of the world just had him corrupted. We even saw by the end of the episode that he could taste things now, so based on their psyche or how they feel, it obviously affects their person, their character. So if he feels cold and dull and hates the world, then you can't taste, you can't feel, and partly you're blinded. But when she was combating his words, you know, that was really, 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 really good. The quote, I'm reading it right now, is that like when she hugged him and all that stuff after saying you're just a wonderful person, she's like, so even if the whole world speaks ill of you, I'll tell them they're wrong. I'll tell them again and again that you're a wonderful person. I'm like, yo, wow, like that was really nice. I was really happy to see that happen. Like, it was just a feels-good, it was just a powerful feels-good moment. I don't know what it was for you. Please let me know. But I was like, wow, like that made her my favorite. Like, you can't top that. I don't see writing like that in anime. The music was perfect. The scene was just, it was just dope. It was just really dope. I can go on that for days, honestly, but I loved it. But from that alone, she's my favorite character in anime right now. And like, it was just really, really good to see, because I feel like, you know, maybe you're like me, but like through episode 1 and this episode, I just felt bad for Naofumi. I was just like, wow, you got to go through this whole process again. No one's standing up for you, and you really getting screwed over, and no one's really gonna help you. She did that in front of everybody, and she's like, yo, I got you, I believe, and I'll be the one to speak for you. So lastly, my thoughts on why this all was extremely important to happen, especially with Raphtalia's words in front of everybody, Mine's interference, and the duel itself. This had to happen so the sword and the bow hero could see, like, okay, something is off. You know what I mean? Like, when they went up, I mean, they may not, like, vibe with Naofumi or like him or still, like, this isn't going to allegedly get rid of his allegations, you know, through their eyes, in my opinion. But, like, they could obviously see and call them out and say, hey, you use wind magic. You know what I mean? And the King's people, they're not saying anything. You're mistreating Naofumi. Seeing them speak up, I'm like, thank you, because y'all need to see this, because Naofumi's out here saying, I didn't do it. Raphtalia's like, he's such an amazing person, and this is what he done for me. And like, that was really good for them to see, so they could be like, something's up, or at least not even something's up, but just seeing him treated wrong and seeing him crying means he can't be that bad of a guy. Now Motoyatsu, he's just like, maybe she's brainwashed, and they even called him stupid. Like, how can you even say that after seeing all this? Like, that was really, 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 really good. But I still believe the Spiel hero Motoyatsu is gonna be still keeping his same opinion about Naofumi because Mine's in his party. But I feel like the sword and bow hero, even though they may not treat him different, could be like, he's not all that bad. Like, if he was like, if they had a 10-10 hate for him, maybe it's like a 6 out of 10 right now. Like, it lessened it a bit to be like, he's not that bad of a guy. You know, so maybe over time they'll see that, but that needs to be seen that he's being mistreated in the situation. That's important. Now, for the people, I'm kind of disappointed in the people around because they did see the magic attack, and I'm pretty sure they saw Raphtalia speak up for him. But one, because Raphtalia is a demi-human and they don't care for him, they probably like, I don't care, this is stupid. You know what I mean? Or even after the fact they saw the magic, they were like, why is he just trying to lie? And that's so shameful. Like, the people, they disappointed me. King and Mine, they some snakes. Good job, sword and bow hero. Spear hero, you kind of off on this one, Chief. Like, you should have accepted that at Raphtalia, but hey, that's where we're at. But overall, this was an extremely amazing episode. I love it. Raphtalia, greatest character ever right now for me. They're writing at the end. The music, the new outro that we got, I assume just for this episode, was good seeing that exchange and that you could taste again. And now they got this bond. For the next episode, I guess we're just going back to fighting and training and growing, honestly. But we're going in my opinion, with not a new Naofumi. I still think he could be cold-hearted and tough or whatever, but he won't be as cold. He's going to be a little bit warmer now, knowing that he has Raphtalia, and Raphtalia has his back, and he can see her as an older, mature individual. Because demi-humans, as they level up, they grow, and that's why they're strange in this world. So like that's a feel-good thing. So like, I'm happy. That would shift my mood in the series. I mean, I'll enjoy the series. It didn't shift my mood, but it just made me go from like, wow, like I'm hurt, to like, wow, this is amazing. So let me know your thoughts. I love this episode. This is my favorite episode, with episode 1 being the second favorite. And I'm looking forward to next week. But yo, thank you very much for tuning in to another video in the database. It's DataDave here. And yo, you all have a great one. Catch you later, guys. And thank you very much for watching. See you next time.